One of the questions I hear all the time from photographers getting into the Profoto system is really simple. What Profoto light should I get? And now, it sounds like an easy question, right? But once you start looking at the options, it can actually get a little confusing. A lot of the lights overlap in what they can do, and they're all capable of producing really beautiful images. So today I want to break down three really popular options: the Profoto A10, the Profoto A2, and the Profoto B10. We're going to talk about how each of these lights performs, where they really shine, and most importantly, after each one, I'll explain who the light is actually for. Because the truth is, the best light isn't necessarily the most powerful one, it's the one that fits the way that you shoot. But before jumping in, I want to quickly touch on why photographers choose Profoto in the first place. When people think about upgrading their lighting, a lot of the time they assume leveling up just means buying the most expensive light. But it's actually a lot more about the system you're building. Now, one of the reasons people move into the Profoto ecosystem is reliability and consistency. The lights recycle quickly, the color stays consistent from shot to shot, and the trigger system just works. When you're on a shoot and things are moving quickly, that reliability becomes really important. Another part of the system that makes a big difference is the modifiers. Profoto's click modifiers, like the click softboxes, attach magnetically and are incredibly quickly to set up. Instead of dealing with rods or complicated assembly, they simply snap into place. That means you can just go from bare light to a softbox in literally seconds, which makes much easier to shape light quickly, whether you're shooting on location or working in a small studio space. Before jumping into each light, I want to make things really clear. All three of these lights can produce professional, beautiful quality images. The difference between them really comes down to things like power, size, flexibility, and how you typically work as a photographer. Some photographers need something small and quick that they can just throw in a bag. Others need more power so they can use big modifiers or work outside in bright conditions. So instead of just comparing the specs, I want to focus on the real question most people are asking, which is simply, which one makes sense for me? So let's get into it. Alright, so let's start off with the Profoto A10. The A10 is essentially Profoto's flagship on-camera flash. If you shot wedding, events, or anything where you're moving quickly and need light on top of your camera, this is the kind of tool that's designed for that. One of the reasons photographers like the A10 so much is that it fits into the Profoto ecosystem while still being incredibly small and portable. It's something you can really just keep in your bag at all time and pull it out whenever you need it. Even though it is often used on camera, you can absolutely take it off the camera and use it for portraits or small lighting setups. It works with the same triggering system and modifiers, which makes it surprisingly flexible for such a small light. It also works seamlessly with Profoto's click modifiers, including the magnetic click softboxes. So even with a light this small, you can quickly soften or shape the light without adding much complexity to your setup. So who is this light for? If you're somebody who's shooting weddings, events, or maybe documentary style photography, the A10 makes a lot of sense. It's also a great option if you're just starting to experiment with flash and want something that can work both on and off the camera. The biggest advantage here is portability and speed. You can move quickly, travel light, and still have reliable flash that integrates perfectly with the Profoto system and can just be carried around for anything you want to do. Next is the Profoto A2, and this is where things start to shift a little bit. The A2 was really designed as a small off-camera strobe. It is incredibly compact, but it gives you more power and more control compared to typical speed lights. Now, this is the kind of light that fits really well into a portable portrait setup. It's easy to pack, easy to move around, and powerful enough to handle most everyday portrait situations. Now, what makes the A2 interesting is that it sits right in the middle. It's noticeably stronger than a speed light, but it is much smaller and lighter than something like a full mono light. It also pairs really nicely with small modifiers like the magnetic click softboxes, as I've mentioned before, because they set up so quickly you can build a soft control lighting setup without adding much time or weight to your kit. So who is the Profoto A2 for? The A2 is a really great choice for photographers who want to start building a small off-camera lighting setup. If you shoot portraits on location, travel a lot, or just like to work with a lightweight kit, this light makes a lot of sense. For a lot of photographers, this ends up being the sweet spot because it balances portability and the power to handle most portrait situations. And finally, we get to the powerful Profoto B10. Now, this is where you start stepping into a much more powerful lighting system. The B10 gives you significantly more output, which means you can use larger modifiers, shape light more easily, and generally have a lot more flexibility. Now, even though it is more powerful, it's still relatively portable compared to traditional studio strobes. That's one of the reasons the B10 became so popular. It works just as well in the studio as it does on location. The extra power really starts to matter when you want to light larger scenes, use bigger softboxes, or work outside when you're competing with the daylight. Now, who is the B10 really for? Well, the B10 is ideal for photographers who shoot portraits, commercial work, or anything where lighting is a bigger part of the process than in the predecessors that we talked about. If you're using larger modifiers, working in a studio regularly, or want something that can easily handle outdoor shoots, the B10 gives you that extra headroom. Now let's talk about the real difference between these lights. One thing that's really important to understand here is that the quality of light from all three of these lights is excellent. When you look at the final images, the difference isn't really about image quality. The real difference here is how much flexibility and power you have while creating these images. Smaller lights are easier to carry and quicker to work with. Larger lights give you more control and more options when things get a little bit challenging. And this is where the idea of leveling up comes back into the conversation. It's easy to assume that most expensive light is automatically the best choice, but that's not always true. The right choice is the light that fits the kind of work that you actually do and the way that you like to shoot. So if you're asking yourself what Profoto light should I get, the answer really comes down to how you shoot. If you mainly need a flash that lives on camera and works perfectly for events or quick setups, the A10 is probably the best option for you. Now, if you want something small, portable, off-camera light that can handle most portrait situations, then the A2 is a fantastic middle ground. And now if you want to get the most power, the most flexibility for both studio and on-location work, the B10 is the light that gives you the most room to grow. At the end of the day, all three of these lights are capable of producing great images. So the key here is choosing the one that fits the way that you like to work. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Juan Pablo, and we will catch you next time.